So our first look at Ryan Reynolds on set of Deadpool 3 is now out there and floating around. Now, for me, one of the most exciting pieces of movie news I've ever got to cover in my career. I mean, number one was the fact that Star Wars was coming back when Disney bought Lucasfilm. But this might be my second favorite piece of movie news ever, when they announced that Deadpool 3 was finally indeed happening, but that Hugh Jackman was coming back as Wolverine to appear with Ryan Reynolds, which is something that a lot of us fans have been waiting for years and years and years. And so that made it super exciting. What was even more exciting was recently news came that the movie was going to come out 6 months earlier than we anticipated. Deadpool 3 is now coming out in May of 2024. So we don't have all that long to wait for the movie. But now, thanks to some leaks online, the first look at Ryan Reynolds in costume on set of Deadpool have come out. And I'll take a look at these right here as we see a couple of the images there. There's Ryan Reynolds on set in the costume. Like, the reason I get excited about little things like this, because admittedly, you look at these pictures, this isn't really telling us anything, right? I mean, we don't have really any indication about what the movie's about, who the villains are, and that's all fine. And actually, that's the way it really should be. But there is something kind of cool about seeing pictures like this. There's a word that I made up called tangibilization. It's when something becomes more real, you know? Because we can hear news about, oh, you know, Negasonic is coming back, and Vanessa's coming back, and Cyclops is coming back, and all this we can hear about. But when it's just words, it's theory. It's theory in our heads. But when there's something actual tangible, like these images, this is real, right? This is actually happening somewhere in the world right now. They're on set shooting Deadpool 3. And that makes it even more exciting to somebody like me. Now, over on the site Screen Rant, they have a really neat kind of write-up about why the costume hasn't really changed much. Because we just look at these images, this is the exact same Deadpool costume. And we're kind of used to these Marvel movies that movie to movie, the costumes of the heroes change often. But Screen Rant wrote this. They said, there's a reason why Deadpool will enter the MCU with pretty much the same costume he wore for 2 movies, while the MCU heroes usually have different suits for each of their appearances. Several MCU heroes like Captain America and Spider-Man did not get their most iconic suits from the get-go, with the characters having to earn their comic book accurate costumes over their time in the MCU. That trend has now expanded to Marvel series on Disney Plus, with characters new and old getting their comic book accurate suits in the Disney series fashion. Reynolds' Deadpool doesn't have to deal with that MCU trend, though, as the character's most famous suit is the red and black costume that he's been wearing on screen for the first 2 Deadpool movies. So yeah, it really shouldn't surprise us when images come up. It's like, well, there's Deadpool 1, and that costume looks exactly like the one in Deadpool 3 coming up. And I actually think that's kind of comforting. Listen, it's not that I mind when heroes kind of change costumes between movies. I honestly don't really care all that much what a hero's costume looks like, to be honest with you. But there's something comforting and familiar when the hero just wears the same costume from movie to movie. It's like, this really is my Deadpool. It's not a big deal, but it's a little thing there. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. So guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The first image is the tangibilization, if you will, of Deadpool 3 is now out there floating about. Ryan Reynolds on set in the Deadpool costume, filming Deadpool 3 right now. That's coming out in less than a year. Do you like the images? Is it much ado about nothing? Does it super excite you? Whatever you guys feel about that, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you do all the standard stuff. Subscribe to the channel, click the thumbs up button, leave a comment down below. But remember, we do a daily show as well that you can find on your favorite podcasting app of choice. The John Campea Show podcast. Find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice.